I want to thank the 514 students that came out. They were big, straight, late, and a lot of great energy in the crowd. A great crowd. Great team win.
Dustin, when you get ready to send those guys back out on the floor for overtime and Justin's not able to kind of shake the cramp he's got going on, I'm sure you're telling them, just play within yourselves.
Yeah, sure.
But, I mean, you've got to have somebody that can produce the points. Do you send them back out there, run your stuff, and when the shots are open, take them? Or, did you start setting stuff up for Delph when you saw that hot hand?
Well, we have not practiced with three bigs on offense or defense all season, but it was just the way it shook out. So we had Isaac, James, and Hunter, all three out there. It was even more of a challenge probably defensively than offensively. But Justin felt like that he could just maybe play at a time, and so I said, we'll just sub you for offense, down the stretch. But being positionless, we were able to go do some things for Delph and really get him going. I thought O'Shawn did a good job, but, that was a chess match. They were going man to zone in the middle of a possession. They're late, and that was just a back and forth game. But finding a rhythm with three bigs, which we'd never done before, was certainly challenging, but we certainly figured it out.
So what did you just do to get a win like that after a few games where you guys are down a few players and then the away trip just wasn't very kind in general. So what does it do to get a win like this and kind of get boost morale?
Well, it's huge. I'm certainly proud of our team for just finding a way to win. But I felt like after yesterday, when O'Shawn was cleared to play from his concussion, Isaac felt like he was feeling better, and he just made a decision yesterday, I'm going to play. Up to that point, it's been like a game time decision, like 5 o'clock. And so I think that really helped our team, just settle everybody down that, hey, everybody's now back good to go, the band's back together. In fact, we showed our team highlights of ourselves, obviously with everybody healthy, and late last night, about 10 o'clock, and put some music to it. And I really felt like walking out of the locker room, it gave them some peace of mind. But to come out and win against a really good team, that's a team that's won at Tulsa. That's a team that's won at Colorado State. That's a team that's 12-6, and and find a way to grind it out and win. And I thought it was huge. And to do it with Justin cramping, man, there's so many plays in that game. I don't remember how long he was out. You guys may know more than me, but I felt like he was, not able to really fully go there the last 10 minutes or so of that game. It felt like we just had to sub him on offense there late. And so we just had to figure it out, and sometimes that's basketball. We'd never seen him go, man to zone before in the middle of the possession, but it was a chess match, and that's the way it goes sometimes.
Speaking of the injuries, they've been going on for a while now. Do you feel like maybe the guys, when Justin went out late, were just like, whatever, we've been playing like this for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe they've reached a point where it just doesn't shake them at this point?
Yeah, David, I think so. I think you're right. I think that there is an element of, comfortable being uncomfortable. And so we've been there. And I think that one thing that was tough about that previous stretch was 5 games in 9 days. It was just, it couldn't have came in a worse time with the schedule. And so, coming up, obviously we got a game Saturday, but after that we've got a week off. That'll be huge for our team. But, we can even more healthier. But I thought Isaac tonight, he practiced yesterday for the first time in, 3 weeks, ever since that happened. And so I thought that he settled down and got over it a little bit mentally. And I just talked to him after the game, and I felt like he thinks so too. But I think that was a good game for him to kind of, he played 30 minutes, and I think that was a good mental hurdle for him to played through the injury a little bit.
One of the big differences, it seemed, as the game wore on, and particularly with you talking about using three bigs at the same time, Hunter Seacat seemed to play a great floor game that might have gotten lost by some folks. Defensively, he forced a near air ball at the end of the game by coming out on defense, played solid defensively. You guys were way down in rebounds.
Yeah.
At one point, he got a lot of defensive rebounds down the stretch. Talk a little bit about just Hunter's game.
You know what, he's senior, he's old, he's seen a lot of plays. Obviously, we used him a lot tonight to help us with the press, which I thought we handled that very well. And we started throwing it into him there, and then they started fronting him and denying him because he was hurting them. But, he's just an older guy. And so when you can play with three bigs like that, they're older, which helps. And that was one of the reasons I went with those guys. I trusted their experience in a situation like that. Defensively, I was more concerned about defensively because they were just driving the paint. We both were. We were driving it downhill. They were driving it downhill. I mean, we shot 36 free throws. They shot 30. But I felt like having more bigs on the floor would help us defensively. And James Lewis did a very good job guarding Eccleston and keeping him in front. And that was a tough matchup. At one point they went 5 guards and I didn't blink. We just said, hey, let's just figure it out. And I felt like that because I was concerned about our rebounding, and I felt like that we needed bigger guys. I felt like if we could get enough stops, and we got some key ones down there late. We were, I think it was 82-79 in regulation. We got to stop. Then we came down and hit a 3. And then in overtime there, we just got, a big stop there late. And O'Shawn Williams, 10 rebounds. And so, they're number one in the country at free throw usage. So they're number one in the country at scoring off free throws. And so our big emphasis was, certainly doing what we do defensively, but trying to play without fouling. But they just put their head down and drive. They're good at it. And but I thought overall, the one of the keys to us winning the game was only 5 turnovers. That's something that we've really been emphasizing it. We've been emphasizing all year, but really evaluate and talk. And so to come out of that game through 45 minutes with a team that presses and pressure a little bit with 5 turnovers, I thought was huge. That was probably, if I could pinpoint one thing, if we can play with 5 turnovers, I think we'll do pretty good.
You mentioned the free throws, the amount of free throws that you shot.
Yeah, and we made them. Yeah.
A ton of them.
Yeah.
You've kind of seen those numbers picking up a little bit these last few games too. Just kind of what's going into that. Where do you think they're starting to go down now? Even in overtime, I think it was like 7 of 8 or something like that. But
I think that there for a while, because we had some games where we did shoot free throws well. We had that 3-game stretch where we shot very poorly. And so I don't ever want to let the elephant sit in the room. So we did talk about it. And I didn't want to make it a mental thing, but I felt like it was time where we just needed to talk about it. And we still practice it. But I think that just kind of them talking about it maybe just, got them over a little bit. And I credit our players for stepping up and making them. But I don't know if I can pinpoint one thing other than we did. I hesitated addressing it because then it's like they're thinking about it. But we did address it and went around the room and talked about it. And I don't know if that helps. Sometimes those things just help just to kind of talk about it.
And talking about the free throws, you really kind of beat them at their own game tonight. Was that something you set up ahead of time, or did it just develop as the game went?
It just developed. That's just something that really just developed. And I think that, we started – they weren't helping off the corner, so they were kind of not helping. So we felt like we could get downhill and get to the paint, but they were not going to let us get any corner threes, and so we felt like the driving lanes were open. And once again, I credit our guys for stepping up and, making those free throws. 29 for 36 was pretty good. But as something developed.